guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 5 of season 4 of Battlestar Galactica. And the last thing that we saw in the last episode was Gaius leading his flock to believe that they are all perfect and loved, and that loving themselves as they are is enough. And you know what? I've already said that Gaius believing he's an instrument of God is kind of not a good thing, and other people believing that he is an instrument of God, kind of not a good thing. You know, this is how cults start. And you know who's the perfect cult leader? Gaius Baltar. He's just delulu enough to think that he is blessed by the divine some way, somehow. How he's going to lead those people now is, I agree with Rosalind in the sense that it's dangerous to allow him to lead these people one way or another. For them to believe in Gaius Baltar is scary. But I also believe you can't really stop people from believing one way or another. Like, no matter how anti-religious I might be, I still think it's important for people to have the thing that gives them comfort or that they believe in. As long as you don't push it onto other people, fine by me. But I think, like, you know what, if they're not hurting anything and they're just, you know, I mean, quite frankly, building up Gaius's ego is a bad idea all the way around. Just not a good thing. That's like the worst thing that I think that could really come out of this. Now, again, I don't know where the story's going, but Gaius being built up is absolutely the one thing you don't want, because he gets cocky, he gets confident. 6 in his head is telling him one thing, you know, and it's kind of, again, 6 is like the consciousness. It's just this representation of kind of like what he wants a supportive person to say to him and treat him and kind of build him up. And he's doing that in his own mind, or there's a connection, you know, still not 100% clear on that. And nor do I care at this point, because now I just accept it. She's just there. She's just up there. That's who she is to him in his mind, right? You know, Gaius be Gaiusing. Baltar be Baltaring. I don't really like to Baltar sounds a little dirty. So Gaius is Gaiusing. Yeah. Now, Lee also helped kind of open up the way for Gaius to, one, go home and for all those people to be able to gather together. Because he also saw Rosalind's way of restricting those rights as not good. And granted, you know, everyone's like, oh, it's like a gateway drug. You start here and you end up like just doing them all. Like that's extreme. But once the rights of certain groups and individuals are impeded on and infringed on, you know, it does open the door for more. So it might be incremental. It might not be the same. It might be a little bit here, a little bit there. But, you know, at some point, you kind of get sick of that. And I think trying to keep not only the people happy, but do right by people, but also keep an eye on Gaius, because Lee was there. He saw what was happening, and he was just kind of like, uh-oh. You know, not like, oh no, but he's just definitely like, I'm keeping an eye on Gaius Baltar. And all they have to do is like put somebody in there to just spy on him all the time. Now, Tori was also there, and Tori has very much embraced her Cylon ways, I guess, or what she thinks a Cylon is, or how a Cylon would behave. She's kind of like being like 6, but like Wish.com 6. And I'm not saying that like visually, like that's not fair to Reika, because she's wonderful and beautiful in her own, and Trisha is wonderful and beautiful in her own. But I think that Tori is trying to be a Cylon, because like, I think when you learn something about your own identity that like, and that's like an extreme thing, is to learn that you're not even human. You see like Ty holding on to who he wants to be, you know, and you see Chief kind of like not knowing who the hell he is or what to do about it, and Tori trying to embrace something else. And it's funny that they all kind of like went, they chose different directions, is essentially what's happening. And their experience of like discovering themselves and discovering their Cylon parts is like, it's incredibly traumatic. Now, Tori, I think, is kind of finding herself being freed by it a little bit, especially because she went from crying to like kind of being confident and embracing something else. And you know what? If that's her journey, I get it. But like she did kill Callie, and I get she had to protect the other two, and she, of course wanted to protect Nikki, and no one knows that she killed Callie, but at the same time, like that was so cold. So, I don't know if learning that she's a Cylon is really good for her or not. Now, Chief, of course, lost Callie, and then he's losing it. This guy has had it so rough on Galactica. He's had it rough everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's Galactica, if it's in a temple, if it's on Cobol, like New Caprica, just the shit end of the stick. Everywhere he goes, Chief gets it, right? And, he's like saying goodbye to Callie, but then like when he has his argument with Adama, and Adama's like trying to say like, she was a good woman. He's like, yeah, but you wanted to kill her. Like, and you know what? She was the best of what was left. And, if Boomer had known, or if I had known about Boomer, I forget which one of those exchanges actually happened, but then goes off rails completely screaming at Adama. And of course, in that moment, Adama can't be like, hey, get a hold of yourself and come talk to me later. He's be like, you're relieved of duty. Get the F off my ship. And I think, he has to do that in front of everybody, but I don't know. I think Adama of all people knows, like, he's seen Ty and Ellen have a toxic relationship. He himself had a toxic relationship with his ex-wife, so I think he's got to know what Chief is feeling and going through in that moment. Now, is Callie exactly what Chief was saying? No. I think maybe he's trying to, help himself not feel pain, and maybe, being angry is better than feeling hurt. But at the same time, we also know that like he really loved Boomer and he felt so betrayed. And then to find out that he and Boomer were both Cylons, like that's gotta be like just weird. And then she like moved on to Cavil. I wouldn't have gone in that direction. Quite frankly, at that point, Leoben looks great. Leoben. Sorry. Leoben just flows better. But anyway, I'm not saying if I'm Boomer, I would be hanging out with Leoben, but like out of all the dude Cylons that are on the base stars, yeah, and maybe one that's not creepy, but it seems like the creepy ones only like Starbuck. So, oh, Lord help Starbuck. Anyway, so you see Chief kind of going through that, and then you see Ty seeing Ellen, experiencing Ellen on 6, projecting that onto 6, because she starts talking about Gaius, and he's like, don't talk about Gaius Baltar. And, he's really trying to reckon with the fact that he is a Cylon, and like how she like feels about killing humans, and just Ellen saying that they're the same. So a lot of times when the show does this, I don't really know. And I don't know, I'm not shitting on the writing. I just don't know if it is 100% clear what they're saying in the moment, or if it's supposed to feel kind of cryptic. Because to me, I was like, I still don't know what's happening. I know that there's wonderful acting going on. The dialogue, the back and forth, the visuals and everything, they're stunning. I think like it's an embarrassment of riches, the acting that we get in this show. But sometimes I'm like, it's still very cryptic about what just happened. I don't completely understand it all the time. And it really makes me feel stupid sometimes. And I don't dig that because I really want to understand it. And, a lot of the stuff that happened in the last episode was a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, and like nothing was super clear. And sometimes I just need it as clear as glass, so I could just be like, yes, I understand. But I think like we work up to certain points in the story, and then it'll all come flooding back, and I'll be like, that makes perfect sense. Yep, got it. So their whole discovery of who they are as a Cylon was very muddy. And I'm looking for a little bit more clarity, and I know that we'll probably get that as we go along, but definitely the Ty 6 thing is absolutely fascinating to me. Tori, I'm not saying I don't really care about so much, but like her embracing like being like a Cylon isn't nearly as interesting to me as somebody who's going through turmoil of accepting it. And I think Chief kind of going through his turmoil is kind of where I would be, where I'm like, well, how am I human and how am I a Cylon, and like which part of me is which, and like it's so confusing, and he's so distracted that like we almost lost a ship, racetrack, and I don't really ever remember who she flies with because he's not like prominent, so racetrack, I'm like, I know my girl. That's kind of a scary aspect of Chief being distracted and him just lashing out at people. And I get it. He's going through a lot. 100%. I don't know how we make Chief happy. Boomer. And I don't want to say like a woman's the answer, but like I feel like him feeling whole again, like he's not even happy being around his son. And so I don't know what makes Chief feel whole again. Now, of course, Rosalind is dying. She had a lot of great moments with Adama, and he's like reading from the book to her, and he says he's never read the ending. And then it seems like at the end, when she closes her eyes, he closes the book and he starts reciting it word for word. So maybe he does know how the book ends, or at least he knows that part by heart. And it was really something that he wanted to say to her, and he really felt it. And I want to say that like their relationship, it's never been like courting, overly romantic. It has always seemed to be a appreciation and a friendship and a kinship and an intelligence level that like they bond over. Like they have a very different relationship, and I actually really love it because it's not based off of lust and desire and all the other stuff. They really like they're in the same boat, the same ship, but they're in the same boat that they have this heaviness of responsibility for all of these people. And sometimes they just need to be like humans with each other. And I think that that's what Adama and Rosalind get to do with each other, is just be really human. And it's not always admiral and president. And I love that for them. I love this relationship. I never, ever would have, like, I think I've said this a couple different times. I would have never have shipped them. I never would have put them together. I would have been like, no, keep them apart. No. And I'm very much like her saying like that was very beautiful, and like remember that for me when I die, like that's how I want my ceremony. And like him kind of just being like, oh, like she's really thinking about the end, and I think he's having a hard time coming to grips with it, which I think is pretty normal. I think whenever you're losing somebody to something that's slowly making them deteriorate and not be themselves, or you just see that change happening, that you want to do everything you can to just act like things are normal so they can have a moment of normalcy. And she's not acting normal. She has zero fucks to give, and she wants to like really leave her mark on the world. And if she has to stick it to Gaius Baltar, she's going to stick it to Gaius Baltar, which was such a fun scene for her. And I love when those two have a scene together. I really do. It's just, like I said, an embarrassment of riches when it comes to acting in this show. It is phenomenal. The one thing that we really didn't get anything about, well, okay, we didn't get anything about the base stars being attacked. We kind of just got no update on that at all. And there's no way I think all the 6s, the 8s, and I mean, obviously the 3s are gone. And what was Aaliyah been? 4? Whatever. I'm a 10. I'm kidding. That's rough. Anyway, I don't know what's happening with the base stars. So did Cavill win? Did he get the mic drop on that? Because there's no resurrection ship, so they could really fuck things up for the Cavils as well if they, I think, wanted to. You kind of do like the Jim Kirk torpedo up the tailpipe thing. You could do something that's a little outside the box. And I think if anyone's going to think outside the box, it's going to be the people who are kind of voting to like save the humans, or humanity's great, or save the not raptors, raiders to stop lobotomizing the raiders. They're going to think outside the box a little bit, I think. I hope. Oh God. It's so funny how I'm just like, I want my favorite Cylons to live. It's odd. And then also we got a small little glimpse of Starbuck and in Anders. Starbuck's trying to find her way either to the nebula or to Earth, retracing her steps, trying to get the signal back. She's not doing a great job of it. She's lashing out at Anders, but she also doesn't feel like she's herself. Maybe she is the 5th and final Cylon. I don't think so. I feel like Leoben would know. Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know because how much she hates Cylons. If she found out she was a Cylon, I don't know. I feel like she's not. I feel like there's just no way. There's just no way. They wouldn't take her ovary if she were a Cylon, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't think she is. Anyways, she's lashing out at Anders, and he has this undying love. I feel like all the Cylons have like undying love for like their one thing, like Chief with Boomer, and Ty with Ellen, and Six with Gaius, and Leoben with Starbuck, and Anders with Starbuck. Starbuck has so many people that love her, and she just needs to learn to love herself and accept herself for who she is, and that she's not a mistake, and she's not a fuck up. She's just had it rough, really, really rough, and she has nowhere to go but up. Like, literally, she has nowhere to go but improving everything. Like, just happiness is a choice for Starbuck, and I really believe she could choose that. Anyway, I could go off on a whole, self-help thing, but, we need to catch up. I need to know what's going on. I'm mostly thinking about the base stars, thinking about Chief, and and Ty and Six, because that's phenomenal acting off of each other. There's so many great pairings of acting in this that just anytime we get it, it's just juicy. And I love it, the juice. So guys, with that being said, and making it weird, let's get into it. Day 58. And they are on their way to find Earth, not the nebula. Thank you for letting me know that. She's trying so hard to come up with it. She's trying so hard.
Captain.
What was that look?
I might have found something.
We need to talk about making a rendezvous with the fleet.
Oh, girl, you're losing it.
Third time's a charm, maybe.
Maybe. Stop looking like a psycho. Great acting, though. My God, Katie, you're selling it.
What about you?
Yeah.
You been getting any sleep?
Probably not.
I don't know, not much.
Didn't think so.
It was so clear when I first got back. If I could just focus. I know
Trying to
that
get that signal.
That sound again.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with you on this one.
Got an idea, Starbuck?
You haven't flown a cap since we left the fleet.
I think I'll go with you on this one.
Oh, he's worried about her. Not just mentally, but also that, she probably shouldn't be doing this, Cap.
I need you to tell me that all this somehow makes sense. This was my husband, James. My 2 children, Danya and Reese. They were on Pycon when the Cylons attacked. I feel rage.
Understandable.
Not just the machines. Anyone involved. And most of all, the gods.
The gods.
Mm-hmm.
We stood by and let it all happen. Yes, I know.
It's understandable, too. Is he, helping them, digest this? Because that would be wonderful. Gaius Baltar, therapist.
I pray
Okay,
to God,
Chief.
on my knees,
Oh!
begging them for mercy, tortured.
Oh, buddy, your
I received
hair.
nothing in
When you're going through it, you cut your hair. It's just what happens. Pick him up and hug him.
I could have lived in
Does
that
the baby
abyss
want to listen to
of
Gaius?
bitterness. And most importantly, I began with myself.
I hate jumping rope. Makes my calves cramp up every time.
She's taking a Viper out now?
She can't be serious.
Well, maybe she could do a little finger painting in the
And I've heard enough
cockpit.
bitching and moaning to last a lifetime.
Thank
2 more
you,
days and we're back
Hilo.
with the fleet. Until then, everyone just shut up and do your jobs.
Thank you. I mean, her being in a Viper, that's how she came back. That's how she discovered it. Maybe she just needs to do that. But why can't they take a Viper and have her go back into the eye of, Jupiter. Eye of Jupiter.
I know you're out here somewhere.
Starbuck, Drader's contact. One bogey bearing cam 149er.
That's exciting, I guess.
Action stations, this is not a drill.
What are you looking at, Starbuck? What is that?
Son of a bitch, I know.
Oh, is it where the base stars are getting blown up?
Report!
Hot dog, say something. You can see it.
Starbuck, what are your orders?
Starbuck, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Talk to me, shoot me, do something.
Starbuck, what are your orders?
Please don't do this to Hot Dog.
Kara. I'm alone. I knew I'd find you. Knew you'd be out here searching. I'm here for you to offer a truce between Cylon and human. And a chance for you to complete your journey.
Okay. I guess I'm in. We need info. Girl. Look, I don't love Leoben. I understand they are connected and he is part of her journey and her destiny. 2 days left to find Earth and what, 14 episodes? I don't know what it's episode 5. 15 episodes?
Only found the one Leoben on board. Starbuck is
Okay.
still taking one hell of a chance.
If he wanted to kill us, we'd all be dead by now.
True.
Means you want something else.
Mm-hmm. They always got the same ridiculous outfit, too. Don't they have, different, t-shirts that he could wear? It looks like creepy Leoben.
Kara, thank you for this.
It's a premature thank you, I think.
It wasn't a miracle. It's like I knew you were out there.
Keep checking for tracking devices. Anything that might give up our position.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, stop smiling at her, creepo.
The hybrid. She'll tell you things. Amazing things.
We're done
Athena,
here.
you know,
Get him out
you
of
know
here.
about the hybrids.
Wait! Take him to my quarters.
Well, that's not what I expected. I wish there were alcohol in this. Alas. Strawberry lemonade, liquid IV. I need alcohol. Same Hilo. Same.
Gillen, you have to let it go.
No, I gotta figure out what happened.
What if she knew?
How would she have known?
You've been different since the nebula. Maybe she was afraid of you. Maybe it was God's will. We don't know why these things happen. But God does. And he has a plan for us.
This Cylon stuff again.
I know exactly where you are right now. I have been there. Until Gaius helped me realize that whatever I have done, it doesn't matter.
You think so?
We can still change.
Mm-hmm.
You spend way too much time with Baltar.
Yes, very much so. Spacer!
Starbuck ordered the guards to wait outside, loose the cuffs. Said she didn't want to be disturbed.
That gives me the creeps and the heaves.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Gata, please. My God. What? Calm down, Anders.
Hey. Get the hell away.
Sam, what the Sam! Stop it!
What is wrong with
You know what we have to do. Just remember there isn't much time.
Get the fuck out of here!
What
Cuff
does
it
that
up and lock him in
mean?
storage.
I mean, I'm so happy Sam got to punch him in the face.
Kara, he kept you locked up for months on New Caprica. Get the frickin' mind games!
I swear to God, this is not a dream. It's real.
You're not selling it, girl. You sound crazy.
You and Kara need to get things worked out. You were meant to be enemies.
That'd be you and me.
I am very satisfied with this, yes.
What is the most basic article of faith? That this is not all that we are.
Ooh, yeah, that struck a chord with Anders, huh?
What were you, just another face selling magazines, another piece of scoreboard trivia? You always knew you were destined
And
for
one of the
more.
top Cylons you don't know about,
You're
motherfucker.
just waiting for your singular moment of clarity.
Maybe I just found it.
You kill me, Kara's dream dies with me.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't
As
think
much as
so.
I'd love you to.
I think you download into another Leoman body and you spew more lies.
No resurrection ship.
You were lured out of resurrection range. Spaceship was damaged. We were set adrift.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Leoben, for letting us know.
You can blow yourselves to hell for all I care.
That's one way. That's one way. There's another.
Uh-huh.
Alliance.
What's the other?
Allow our paths to converge.
You murdered so many
Save us from our
humans.
savage brothers. The hybrid. We'll show Kara the righteous path. Together, we will find Earth.
What if they don't want the Cylons on Earth?
We gotta do something before she takes us all down with her.
Are you talking mutiny?
Cylons are gonna capture the freighter. They're gonna have nav data leading straight back to the fleet.
Then we better keep that from happening.
Oop. Well,
Order the cat back and lock down the ship. It's a chance to find Earth. I intend to take it.
she's in charge.
So they're coming to hear Dr. Baltar's word and learn from it, just like we did.
So Chief's not working the deck anymore. He's just kind of all over the place. Just like a regular person working on this ship.
Or do we look inward?
Oh, got Ty from out of nowhere.
Can you believe these people are actually buying into Baltar's crap?
What are you doing here, Ty?
We need to talk.
Oh, well, there's that.
I hear you've been spending some time in the lockup with the Six. Remember when this all started? You said nothing would change you from the man you want to be. Well, how about it, Colonel? Anything I've done, I can live with. What's the difference between you and me? I can't.
Very honest answer.
All I know is if there is a God, he's laughing his ass off.
Whew. Well, this is a different chief. I'm not quite accustomed to it.
Roger that, Athena. I'm getting bored with the view anyhow.
Careful, I feel like something's gonna happen.
Hold up. Something's happening.
Oh, yeah, watch out. Get your face out of there. Oh! Did his ship just explode? Yup. Chief just getting closer and closer, huh? My question is, what's his interest in this?
Mr. Tyrrell.
Whoa,
Mr. Tyrrell.
my name. Okay.
I know that we have had our differences. But I am begging you right now to set those aside. If not for yourself, then for your wife.
Easy, guys.
She would have wanted this.
Would she? How would he know what she would have wanted? You didn't even know, Callie.
Take my hand, Mr. Tyrrell. For Callie.
I don't know, Chief.
It's what she would have wanted.
You don't know her. Appropriate response. Appropriate response. Yeah.
Leave him!
You didn't know her!
Thank you. Gaius using people's loved ones to manipulate other people. Nice try, though, Gaius. Nice try. Do not come in here. I don't know where Nikki is, but please be careful. No. I so much better of an idea. Let's just breathe.
heard an explosion. Are you all right?
What'd you do?
Yep.
Blow the Trillium stores? Sergeant Matthias is dead. Not that you give. Damn!
Thank you, Kara. Thank you for taking your crew's side.
Resurrection ship's well out of range. Go on, do it. Do it!
Yeah, do it. I'm okay with it. Destiny.
What happened to me the 2 months I was missing?
I don't know.
The paintings, my mother. It had to mean something.
You have to make
Yeah.
peace with your past.
Yes.
Because that part of you is gone.
Yes. That's been the whole theme, the entire episode.
Matthias is dead. Because of me. We've all heard the words, the prayers, but I don't know what any of it means anymore.
There's nothing we can grab onto that's gonna make it any easier. They're just gone. I have to live with that.
You know, I know that this has been a difficult mission, and maybe I haven't.
Made it easy.
Captain, ready to jump back to the fleet on your order.
We're not going back to the fleet.
Oh. Oh.
What the hell are you talking about?
We came out here to complete a mission. That base ship has something to do with it. I know it.
No.
Captain Agathon, lock down the ship. Prepare to jump.
No, you know what? Frack
Please
her and
don't
frack her
mute
little
me.
pet side.
No,
Okay.
no,
Our
no,
base
no,
ship was
no,
never
no,
part of the
no.
mission. Okay, one of us is dead now. Get out of my way!
You have the orders, Pike. Now back off.
You better choose which side you're on, Captain.
Walk away.
He is.
Walk away, and this doesn't go any further.
Oh, Hilo. I mean, to be fair, that kid has been running his mouth since the beginning. Oh, Hilo's such a good man. Duty. He's just so dutiful. Yeah, making sure that was the right word there.
I mean, this man is
My
psychotic.
message is for everyone, especially the ones who don't want to listen.
I just don't think it's
5
safe.
minutes, that's all.
He's got a gun on him, guys. You might want to just slow your roll.
Listen, Zero.
He's like, why is Gaius Baltar here? For the love of God. You gonna choke him out again? At least he's calm. He seems at peace.
I'm here to ask for your forgiveness about my presumption earlier. You're right, you know. I hardly knew your wife. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I just,
See, I can't tell if this is authentic or if he's manipulating. That's how good James Callis is. It seems genuine. With that ice-cold stare.
I have committed unconscionable crimes. And I have been offered one last chance of redemption. I'm so sorry for your loss, Chief. You know, I don't expect you to believe me, but I would very much have liked to know better.
Oh.
Thank you.
Progress. It did seem very sincere. Like I said, I never know if he's manipulating or if it's real.
If we miss the rendezvous, Adama will assume we're dead or captured. They will leave us.
No. Not Adama.
Listen to me.
Do not do this, Hilo.
But I don't blame him for doubting you. I don't blame any of them for
I
doubting
can't
you.
allow you to risk the lives of this ship's crew.
Oh, no.
When the Admiral put me in command, he told me to trust my instincts.
Prepare to jump.
Hilo, you
I'm
have
sorry,
to.
sir, but I cannot obey that order.
Oh, no!
Then you are relieved, Captain.
Who's next in line?
Mr. Ada, you are now the new XO. Prepare to jump on my mark.
No, sir.
I mean,
Okay, everybody needs to think about what they're doing here.
Kane would have shot somebody.
They all have. It's a mutiny.
Captain Thrace, As XO of the Demetrius, I'm hereby relieving you of command.
Yeah. Frack. Okay. So, yeah. Here's the thing. Leo? There's a lot going on in my head right now. Leoben has never been somebody that I have trusted. And he seems very obsessed with Kara Thrace. And we trust Starbuck, right? I know she thinks what she's doing is right, and it probably is. Jumping to the base ships is probably the right thing to do. And everyone's scared and they don't understand it, and they haven't been involved with the Leoben, and she's not good at explaining her mind. She's like sweaty, she's losing it, she's barking orders at people. Someone has died because of her trusting a Leoben. I get it. And Gila always does, the Boy Scout thing, the right thing to do, right? And I think he just got wore down because he has been kind of just saying like, shut up, shut your mouth. Like, you don't want this to keep going this far. And I think he just kind of got wore down where he's just like, nobody wants to do this. And everybody doesn't trust Kara. And, him relieving her of duty and her relieving him of duty. And then like with Gaeta, like, here's the thing. Is with any mutiny, you had Admiral Kane and Admiral Adama threaten to kill people. Well, Admiral Kane did kill people. Admiral Adama threatened to kill people. And then I think that Starbuck's doing the right thing about relieving somebody of duty. I get it. People are like, in the time of war, you don't do that thing. But I do think that it's dicey because she was sticking up for her crew. She lost somebody, so, she went and she beat the crap out of Leoben. But she's also not realizing the optics of the situation and how insane it looks for her to have a Cylon in her quarters and painting with her and, the way that she behaves in front of the crew. And again, she might not be the Starbuck that she used to be, and Leoben echoes this, that like those things that she used to lean onto to help numb a lot of the ambrosia and the sex and all that, like that, none of that's working for her anymore. And she kind of just has to face who she is. And the thing is that like who she is like not a great communicator. She's not a great expresser. She's just kind of somebody who barks orders. And she was like, she kind of had like a weird smile on her face when she's talking to Hilo. And I don't blame them for them going like, yeah, no, I don't want to go with her. That doesn't seem good. And now like missing their rendezvous with the fleet, like even if they like jumped back to the fleet and then jumped to the coordinates, I think they would have enough time to at least establish contact with Galactica, let them know what's going on, and then jump again. And that's not saying asking Galactica for permission, that's telling them what they're doing and then jumping again. Yeah, if that raider hadn't blown up, everything would have been much different. So I think the next episode is going to be Starbuck really trying to establish trust with Hilo or her crew to like, get the jump going. It was when she was like, Mr. Gaeta, you're the new XO. I was like, well, that's not going to work either. So like he's not going to do what you want him to do either. I don't know anybody but Anders that might have, but even then he was struggling with the idea of Leoben, like, period. But the big theme of the episode was like kind of like letting go of the past and moving on from the past. And I agree with that full-heartedly. Like, I am not a fan of Gaius Baltar. I'm a fan of James Callis playing Gaius Baltar. And so I never know if he's being genuine, if he is being manipulative, or if he is kind of in the middle where he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's winging it. And where there might be like some genuine concern there for Chief, there might also be a way of like, I don't know, maybe he does think that he is now this instrument of God, or like, that he is kind of accepting his purpose. And it's funny, he's accepting his purpose, and Starbuck's trying to accept her destiny, and Chief is trying to let go of the past, and Ty is kind of holding on to the past. And it's a lot of like, people need to change and move on from who they used to be and what their life used to be, because you cannot go back. I say this all the time, especially about relationships, friendships that have gone awry, jobs that you might have like lost or left or whatever, is that it is all in the past, and that's where it should be. Because if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, and I pulled my neck, so I can't really, I can't do what I want to do. But if you're constantly looking over your shoulder at the past, you're going to miss what's right in front of you. And if you're always craning your neck to see into the future, you will miss what is right in front of you. And concentrating on the here and now and what you can control here and now, and being at peace with the here and now, is ultimately what kind of puts you in the right mindset. And I do that all the time, because if I start worrying about the future, like, believe me, there's a lot to worry about. But at the same time, I can't control any of that anyways. I can only control what I'm doing right now, here and in this moment. And for me, like, it has taught me to have a better grasp on myself. Because again, if you dwell on something too much, it will overtake your mind, right? And I really liked Gaius going and talking to Chief and saying, like, you're right, I didn't know your wife, but I think, she was spiritual, and I really wish I had gotten to know her. And letting go of the past and like what you think things should be. And like, he said that he like joined the fleet, and I don't know if he was talking about like back when Caprica was Caprica and like he was part of the fleet. I feel like he was like a freelance guy, but either way, and he thought he was a man of science and reason. And like, that's who he tried to remain being the entire time. And he fought it. And now he's kind of a man of faith, which is not the evolution I would expect. But it's kind of like Ty, where like he wants to remain the man that he's always been. And sometimes evolving into who you are supposed to be is kind of like, it's going to give you more peace. It's the same thing I say, like when you're frustrated with a situation, is sometimes you just have to say, I give up. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm going to move on from it. And, it's kind of like fighting to kind of keep your identity like the same, or like really like not wanting to face some hard truths, that sometimes things reach an end, or you have to evolve, or you have to change. And the more you fight it, the more frustrated you'd be, and I don't know if Chief is necessarily dealing with who he is, but I think life has changed drastically for him. It looked like he was like now like a ship electrician. Like he wasn't wearing his orange suit, and I get that Adamo was like, get off my deck and all that stuff. And I think like, but he still has to have a job, and he still has to do something on the ship if he's going to stay there. At least he didn't get like completely booted off. Like, you're going to like the shit ship. It seems to be the worst place to be right now. But he was, jumping rope. Like he had time to work out. When he was with Callie, he didn't have any time for that, and, he was then like trying to solve the mystery of the crime of like whether or not she was murdered, whether she killed herself. It didn't make any sense to him. So there's like a lot that Chief is like going through, and, he seems like he's becoming a new person, like new hair, new life, new job. And like, that's kind of a good thing, to evolve and to progress. I don't know. That's the way I see it. But, like we have like the same old Leoben, where he's wearing the same clothes, like the creeper clothes, in which, he's, kidnapping Starbuck, or he's like, licking his lips about like, this, that, and the other thing. And then they space him. Like, he's just, I know he's part of her destiny. He's very important to her story. And so many people are like, I can't believe you don't like him. I don't know what's to like. And like, I'm waiting for a scene where I'm like, I get it. I see it. I still don't. Yeah. And it might be the thing, like, let the past go. Okay, I'm going to let the past go. I'm not going to think of him as Creeper Leoben. I'm like, okay, Cylon, give me something of substance. Okay, stop talking in fucking riddles. Tell Starbuck what her fucking destiny is. Like, what are we doing when we get to the base stars? We're just talking to a hybrid? That's not enough. Give me more. You just sound like a crazy person, just like Starbuck. And like that whole group of people are not going to want to go with two crazy people. One who is Starbuck, who they think is a Cylon, and one who's a Leoben, who they know is a Cylon. I'm just saying. I don't blame that crew one bit for feeling the way that they do, but I also know, and I think I've been trained with this show, that if somebody doesn't follow orders and there's a mutiny, that we like, kapoo, kapoo. And I was like, not Hilo. And then I was like, Gata. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't want that for Gata at all, but I'm just saying that like, he wasn't going to follow orders anyway. I don't know, if I had to choose between the two, like, I'm keeping Hilo. He's my boy. Anyway, interesting episode. Definitely holding on to the past bad. Trying to see into the future, also bad. And being here in the now, very good. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 4 episodes early. 2 episodes? 4? I forget where we are. I think it's 4. Razor. This episode had 4 episodes. Yep. I just did the math. Razor went up yesterday. 4 episodes. So, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. 1, do you feel mind-fracked after every episode? Because I feel like I almost have a grasp as to where it's going. And then it's like, wee. And I'm like, well, shit. Nothing I thought was going to happen happened. I didn't think Tori would be involved in a relationship with Gaius and that she'd be so free about it. She seemed to really struggle with it 2 episodes ago, and I think she's really embracing the full Cylon of herself. I don't like her talking to Chief about it, that's for sure, about Callie at least. Yeah, I feel like so confused, befuddled, scrambled eggish. Yeah, I definitely feel like this show does not have the clearest of answers, but like I do feel like I'm picking up clues at every step, but then they're adding more divergent ways to go. So it's great, but it is a mystery. We'll get there. But guys, come back here for the next episode, and it was a to be continued, which is probably why this one's so short, so I can try to get into that next one either now or sometime in the next 12 hours, because we ended with a mutiny, and mutinies in the show are not great. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.